Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. In today's video I'm going to be doing a full face of drugstore products. This is the finished look. I really love how it turned out, so I hope you do too. And if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe if you have not already. That would mean so much to me. And let's get started. I feel like I haven't been using drugstore makeup a lot, and I just want to revisit it and refamiliarize myself with some old favorites and then also try some newer things to me as well. So here is a basket full of products that I picked out from my collection. I had so much fun going through and like shopping my stash specifically for drugstore products. There are some tried and true things in here, some things that I've never tried at all and have no idea about the formula, so it'll be like a little first impressions as well. So I'm really excited for today's video, and I'm gonna start with primer. I don't know if this is available anymore. I know that they did like a little release of this. They better bring this back because so many people love this, and I love the lip gloss, the Jelly Pop lip gloss that smells like watermelon. It's so good. But this is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I think this is supposed to be like a dupe for the Milk Makeup one. I can't remember what this is like. I hope it smells like watermelons. It does. It kind of is a little bit old, so it doesn't smell as much like watermelons as I'm sure it did when I first got it, but it still has that kind of like artificial watermelon scent, which is my favorite. I was asking some friends a while ago and Ryan what their favorite artificial flavor was, and I decided my favorite artificial flavors are watermelon and strawberry. You should let me know down below what your favorite artificial flavors are. Ryan's is grape. He loves grape of everything. I find that funny, but a lot of grape things actually are pretty busted. They're pretty good, especially like Asian candy grapes. Asian candy grape flavored things are so good. So this feels very similar to the Milk Makeup primer like I mentioned. It's like really sticky and tacky on the face, so I feel like the base products will look really good on top of this and stick really well. For another type of primer, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. This is in the shade Medium 4, and this is such a pretty product. I haven't used this in a really long time. Excuse those noises. But this is so pretty, and this is a really good shade for me for like an all over base color, especially if you want a no makeup day. It looks so pretty on the skin. Something I've noticed about drugstore makeup is they don't include a mirror in their products, and I'm sure that's to help cut costs and make things a little bit more affordable, but I was just trying to look for a mirror in all of these products in this basket and I can't find one, and I noticed a lot of them just don't have mirrors at all. So this is what this looks like. It's just a really pretty all over glow, and it has like the tingiest of tinges of coverage, kind of like less than the Glossier Skin Tint, but that kind of vibe, if you know what I mean. And it gives just like a really pretty all over glow, so I like using that under base makeup. And then I have a few things for base that I can't decide what I want to wear. So I have the NYX Bear With Me concealers. These are really pretty. I had a moment with these a while ago and I was using them as foundation all over my face. I have the Wet n Wild foundation stick. I've talked so much about this in the past and I haven't used this in a very long time, and this is a very, very good product as well, but I did look it up and this is kind of hard to find. Like I couldn't find it on Ulta. And then I have these LA Girl Pro concealers. I wanted to use the purple one to counteract like my sallowness in my skin, and then the peachy shade for my under eyes, and then I also have the actual concealer shade too. But I think today, maybe I'll just use it all. I'll just use it all. So I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Lavender Corrector. And I'm kind of just going to put this all over my face just to give myself some brightness to counteract like the green in my skin. Do you guys remember the Becca primer that was purple? I loved that. I actually still think I might have that in my collection unopened, but that is such a beautiful primer, and I really wish that there were more purple like lavender toned primers out there, because I personally really like that for my olive skin tone, because it really counteracts like the sallow greenness in my skin and makes my skin just look less sickly. So we'll see how this one works. I don't know how well that worked. I'll have to, when I'm editing, I'll notice more. But you have to let me know if you notice a difference after putting that on. And then I'm going to use the shade Cool Pink Corrector Actually, I think I'll use the shade Peach because I think the cool pink one might be too light for my skin tone. This is the Peach Corrector. I'm going to use this on my under eyes to counteract the darkness and like purpleness on my under eyes. I also kind of want to test out the texture of this LA Girl concealer because I haven't used it in a long time and I just want to know if this sits well on my skin tone and on my skin texture. I'm also going to try and cover up this dark spot that I have from acne. Oh, also, if any of you are my skin tone twin and you use the LA Girl concealer, what shade do you use for your concealer shade? Because I'm trying to figure out what shade I am. Okay, and for foundation, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild foundation stick. I love this stuff. This stuff is so good and it's only like $6 or $7, I think. The shade range, not great, but I do really like this and I think it's a really pretty solid foundation stick, and I love foundation sticks as well. I'm gonna try and not put too much of this because I usually put too much. I'm just gonna do that much. It's a really good shade match for me. This is the shade Golden Honey. I really want to try the Fenty Beauty foundation stick. It's like their Ease Drop foundation stick or something like that, and it looks so pretty on everyone I've seen use it, and I love a good foundation stick. If you've used that, you should let me know what you think about it. So this is the base so far, and now I'm going to go in with concealer. This is the NYX Bare With Me Serum Concealer, and I have the shades Golden and Beige. I'll go with Beige today for my under eyes. I think I got Golden for all over my face as like a foundation shade, and this is a little pump situation, which is kind of nice, so you can get like just the perfect amount that you need. And I'll just put that on my ring finger and blend that onto my under eyes. I feel like I'm looking a little pale, so I'm excited to put bronzer on. The shade kind of looks maybe too light for me as well. This is a really nice concealer. As the name suggests, it's very like creamy and serum-like and thin, so it feels really lightweight and nice on the skin, and almost like, I want to say watery, but it is more like a serum. If you hear some noises, that's Kipo playing with a toy, so please excuse her. Okay, now I would like to bronze because I'm feeling really pale. I think, I don't know, maybe something is not the shade that it should be for my skin tone, but for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Revlon Skinlights bronzer. A lot of people really like this. This is the shade 115 Sunkissed Beam. I got this because of Daisy Cash. I will literally buy anything she recommends, especially if it's a drugstore product. She's like my beauty god. I trust and believe in her. She's so stunning, but I've loved her for years and she really likes this, so I bought this, but I haven't used this in a really long time, so I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Ooh, I'll show off how the Phytosurgeon soft quill brush, their stipple brush, works with powder today as well. Okay, so this is what the bronzer looks like all over my face. I think this is really pretty. It blended really well onto the skin. It kind of is looking a little like muddy right here. That might be my fault though. Or is that my hair? I just feel like it's looking a little patchy right here, but I think it looks really nice everywhere else. It's a good shade match for me too. Okay, for highlight, these are the Undone Beauty water highlighters. I have Gold Lit and I also have the shade Rose Lit, and these are so pretty. I also love the blushes of these water tint products. My favorite shade is Merlot, but they have other shades that are stunning as well. Merlot is my favorite for my cheeks and my lips. I've talked about that in the past, so I'm going to use a different blush today, but I'm going to use these highlighters, and these are so pretty. I was swatching them yesterday and they just like go onto the skin really seamlessly, and they feel really lightweight on the skin too, and they don't look too heavy, and they have like the tiniest bit of glitter. This shade Gold Lit has a little bit less glitter than the shade Rose Lit, but the glitter particles are so small you can barely notice them. You have to like really be magnifying the product to see what it looks like, but I'll show you what the shade Rose Lit looks like. I just like to rub it onto my finger and then put it on to my cheeks. I think it's just so pretty. So this is the side with versus the side without. I just love the Undone Beauty water tints. They're so good. And then I'll do the shade Gold Lit on this cheek. So that's the shade Gold Lit. The texture of these is really weird too. It feels really cold on your face, and it like literally feels like water, like you're tapping water into your face or something like that. I think these are amazing. They're one of my favorite products ever, like especially the blush, specifically the blush actually. And for blush today, I'm also going in with Undone Beauty, but their potted blush. This is the Lip to Cheek palette. This is their 3-in-1 color cream, so it has like variations of opacity in here. I just mix it all together, so that means nothing to me. But this is the shade Poppy, and I think this is the most beautiful like winter fall blush shade. It's like berry toned, and I think it's gonna look really pretty contrasted with my green sweater. They have so many beautiful shades of these Undone Beauty blushes as well. I think you would be able to find a shade that you'd really like and that would work well for you. I feel like Undone Beauty has a lot of hit or miss products for me. Like, I love their water blushes, I love their cream blushes, their cream concealer is amazing, their cream highlighter is incredible, but some of their like eye products don't really work well for me. Some of their base products haven't really worked well for me, or are too like, I don't know, like new, if that makes sense. They're like too inventive for my taste. Sometimes I just want a good old blush or a good old primer, and I don't need something that is like a 6-in-1, or I don't know, sometimes less is more. And I feel like brands in general keep trying to do too much, and we didn't ask for it. Like, we didn't ask you to do that. So here is the blush. It is so pretty. Blends so well onto the skin. I love those cream blushes. They're gorgeous. If you have not tried them, I definitely recommend them. And on top, I wanted to put a powder blush. So L'Oreal sent me these Infallible 24-hour fresh wear blushes in the shade Legendary Berry 15 and the shade Confident Pink 10, and they look so stunning. And I especially want to use this one, this like deep purpley berry shade. Sometimes these are a little weird on my skin tone. They can pull like bruisey or a little bit too gray, so I'm a little bit concerned about this shade. This is the shade Legendary Berry, but I want to try it anyway. I feel like I'm gonna have to be very light-handed with this. And oh, this has a mirror. This is a nice mirror. That's cute. I'm going to use this big fluffy Real Techniques brush and just be very light-handed. Ooh, okay. I think I'm really gonna like this. I think this is gonna pull more berry on me than it is bruisey. For brows, I'm gonna be going in with the Jason Wu Groomed by Mr. Wu. I don't like that name. It's kind of creepy. But I do really like this brow pencil. I finished like 2 of these already. I think this is my 3rd. Maybe this is just my 2nd. I just finished one of these, and I feel like I finished one right before that too. But let's just say this is my 2nd one that I finished of these brow pencils. It's nice. It's a good drugstore brow pencil, and the shade works really well for me too. This is the shade Ash Brown, and I love ash brown shades in my brows because it kind of gives them a shadow and fills them in, but it doesn't make them too much darker than they actually are, because it's really easy for me to go overboard with my brows. For brow gel, I'm going to be using the NYX Thick It Stick It Thickening Brow Mascara. I love these so much. They're so good, and I feel like they're underrated and not enough people talk about them, but they are a brow mascara, so they really stick your brows up and keep them like that all day long, which is my favorite part about them. They have a ton of shades as well, so if you have been having a hard time finding a drugstore brow gel that works for your brow hair color or the color you're trying to achieve, you should check these out because they have a ton of shades. And yeah, I feel like they're just so underrated. I think today I'll be using the shade Espresso. I used the shade Cool Ash Brown a lot when I was blonde, but now that I am back to my dark hair, I am liking this darker shade. I feel like with this brow product, I really get that like laminated brow kind of look. It really emphasizes every single brow hair and makes them stick up one by one. So the brow with versus the brow without, you can just see how defined my brows look with this, and that's one thing I love about it. But the thing that I love the most about it, or I guess in conjunction, is that it lasts so long in the brows. I think if a product didn't last a long time in my brows, then it's an immediate fail for me, or just like something I know that I won't use a lot because I know it won't last a long time in my brows and won't be like reliable. But this is so reliable. I really like how my brows turn out every single time I use these. These are a wet formula, so you can go overboard pretty easily, but once they dry down, they're like good to go for the rest of the day. This might ruin the look, but I love these. I just might not love this shade. This is the About Face Fluid Eye Paint Matte in the shade Weightless. I love these. I just really wanted to use a shade that I haven't used before, and this is one of them. It's funny because like the other shades are also like a brown or a terracotta or something like that, but this is like a cool darker brown. So I'm different and I'm trying something new. But these are beautiful. They blend so easily onto the eyes. I love the shade Cloned and Capulets. Those are my two favorite and most used. But yeah, they're just incredible. I love a lot of About Face products. They're really, really nice, really easy to use, and high quality. And I love their packaging as well. I'm just going to use this for a little bit of dimension on my eye. I probably just put way too much. You need very little with these. A little goes a very long way, and it stretches a lot, so I might take that onto the other eye. And you get a good amount of playtime with these as well on the eye before they dry down, but you don't want to mess around because they do dry down, so you don't have to work too quickly, but you do want to work quickly. The shade's actually really pretty. I just feel like it doesn't work with this makeup look. And I love taking these and blending them onto my lower lash line as well. I just like take the smallest amount from the stick and blend that onto my lower lash line. And I think to bring the pinkness back into the eyes to match the cheeks, which I always do, I always try and do a monochromatic look. It's just who I am. I'm going to use the Old Faithful, the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in the shade Amber Rush. I'm sure a lot of you have owned this at least once in your lifetime and then decluttered it, but it's really good because I also have owned it once and then decluttered it and then repurchased it. But it's just so beautiful. I'm going to take a little pencil brush and use that Amber Rush and put it on my inner corner as well and sweep it up. For mascara today, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Waterproof Mascara. I just talked about this in my favorites video. This was in a past favorites video as well, which I didn't even realize until after I filmed and posted it, but you like what you like, you know? One of you recommended the LA Girl, shoot, I forgot the name of the mascara. The LA Girl mascara, and I really want to try it now. Ooh, would you all be interested in a video of like looking at new makeup trends and talking about whether or not I'd like it or not? Do you know those type of videos where you just like kind of like scroll through Trend Mood or whatever and like talk about new releases and what you think about them? Let me know if you are interested in that. I feel like I've never done a video like that, but that would be so fun to film. Okay, now I'm going to powder the face. I feel like I still look quite pale, but it's okay. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder. I'm just going to use this to set my under eyes, even though it is a finishing powder, but gets the job done. I will say I feel like my base looks really pretty and like fresh and luminous. I'm also going to take this powder and just put it all over my face as well. And for lips, honestly what I'm most excited about, I love drugstore lip products. So I have a handful of some of my favorite lip liners from the drugstore. They are LA Girl and Milani. And I don't know which one to choose. They're all pretty nubby because I use them a lot. This is what they look like. I think I'm going to use the shade, the Milani shade in the shade Nude. One of you mentioned in my last video that one of your favorites is the Milani lip pencil, but I think you said your favorite shade right now is the shade All Natural. So if you haven't tried the shade Nude, you should try it. I think you would like it as well. And then here I also have the LA Girl Shockwave lip liners. These are some of my absolute favorites as well, but I wanted to come back to this one. They're just a really creamy, beautiful lip liner. And I actually like to use this shade all over my lips as like a lipstick color. Yet again, I am apologizing for the lighting change. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just a baby. So this is what the lip liner looks like, basically all over my lips. I think it's so pretty. It's really creamy, really easy to use. And then for lip gloss, I have been loving these. These are so good. I just got these like a week ago, I want to say. These are the Clean Fresh Yummy Glosses from CoverGirl. I got these because Monet McMichael loves these, and they came out with new shades and they look stunning. And also because Coco Swatches talked about one of these shades. I think it's Moonlight Eclipse, which is not this one, but I own that one too. I don't know where it is, but it looks so, so beautiful. So I bought it because Monet McMichael and Coco Swatches. And today I'm going to be using the shade Sunset Skies. They're so good. The doe foot applicator is so like big and cushy, and it's just really fun to apply, and they feel really thick and like balmy and protective on the lips. So this is the shade Sunset Skies. I just really love these, and they smell so good. They have a very strong like fruity scent to them. So this is the finished look with my full face of drugstore products. I love how it turned out. I feel like my skin looks so, so pretty. I like how the eyes turned out as well. Lighting is changing once again. I apologize. But yeah, this is the finished face. Let me know if any of these products were your favorites, or if you recommend or suggest any new drugstore things or any drugstore things that you've been loving. I'd love to check them out as well. But I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!